Are mountain bikers stuck in the past? Or should I say, are mountain bikers of a certain age stuck in nostalgic haze?
Yeah, these two. And we've got a zip tie madness, hacks and bodges, plus we've got a new group set to talk about. It's official, Neil. It's the Dirt Shed Show. Welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with me, Martyn Ashton, and look, we've got the Don.
Hello.
How's it going, mate?
Good, thanks. You?
Yeah, great. I love this topic you've brought this week because, yeah, I feel like you're talking to a fan of the subject here, but we're talking nostalgia, essentially.
Well, I love retro bikes, or should I say I normally love looking at retro bikes, because the ones I've ridden for various GMO videos have been, I wouldn't say disappointing, because I never expected them to be that good, but I've ridden Pro Flexes, old GTI drives. That was all right, actually. So they're normally pretty crap, but actually we're seeing companies release new versions of old bikes.
But updated.
Well, if you've seen like the retro mod car scene where you get like the Porsche Singers and Alphaholics, they're amazing, really expensive. And also I like old motorbikes. I presume you do, Martin, as well.
Yeah,
I'm actually thinking about buying an old XR 400 Honda.
Yes.
Anyway, on to mountain bikes. So Scott have launched this new Endorphin. So do you remember the old sort of early 90s Endorphin?
Yeah, I do. It's hard to forget.
Them racing, they had that weird fork as well, which is kind of like a crown that went into it. It didn't have it was like a bendy crown, you know what I mean? But this new one, I think, looks really cool. They've taken what's good about the old one and updated it. Amazing graphics, even that sort of one-piece bar and stem, I think looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I would ride that for sure. But also, do you remember the Sun Radical downhill bike?
Who can forget that bike? It's just incredible.
Legendary. We had
some races.
Anne Caro, Francois Gachet, Cedric Gracia. They had a really strong team back then.
That Nico guy.
That guy, I remember him. And that bike was way ahead of its time. And my mate at Shrewsbury had one, and it was unbelievable. Wow. So good.
Such a good bike. And it did change how downhill bikes progressed. It really did.
Because they were way faster as well. But so Tora Cycles have kind of made their homage. So they built this bike. Check it out. Doddy did this thing about it as well.
Beautiful.
But they've also done a Brooklyn Machine Works inspired bike as well, which is kind of on the heavier end scale. But again, legendary bike from early 2000s, that would have been again. But also another bike, Paul Aston has had a Sun Radical sort of replica made as well by Nico Edry, which I think looks amazing. I'd love to ride that.
Yeah, some great bikes. I mean, it's awesome to think back of those bikes that you really have the nostalgia for and think, God, if you could bring that forward now and hit it again, it'd be amazing. Like for me, being a big fan of like Hans Ray, imagine like bringing that beautiful polished Zaskar or the purple one he used to ride in '93, something like that. Bring that forward and do the new version of the GT Zaskar.
They were dreamy bikes. So my mate had a red anodised one. Andrew Titley used to ride for the Team UK. Beautiful looking
lovely bike. And it won cross country, it won downhill. Let's bring that forward. Let's have someone on the World Cup cross country heading out on the trail on it.
I like where you're going, Martin.
They've made one, look.
That isn't it. They have. It feels
Why did they do that?
Is it sacrilegious? I kind of feel like that's a strong word. What? But do you know what I mean?
I want to get in the comments on this because get involved in the comments on this one because particularly I think GT missed the mark on that bike because that shouldn't be full suspension.
They did remake this. I guess they're using this name because they've made hardtails not so long ago. They made the carbon.
Make up a new
name.
name.
Kind of cool, but it wasn't the aluminium polish one. But the full suspension feels like they've missed the mark here of the
and
Zaskar.
the look. That does not say Zaskar to me, and it just shows that trying to do this thing where you really hit the juice for us guys on the nostalgia side, but bring it forward. If you get it wrong, you get a repulsion.
Exactly.
And that's what I've got. When I look at that bike, I'm like, nah, you should have just come up with a different name for a new bike and left the Zaskar where it was in legend. You know, a fantastic thing.
Let us know what you think about old retro bikes. I love it at Sea Otter, at Malvern's. It's one of my favourite bits, but is nostalgia great or is it not as good as it used to be?
Love it. Right, let's get into the news with Tom and then we're going to continue with a zip tie special in Hacks and Bodges.
What's up everyone? I took a fern to the face at the weekend, summer growth in full swing. I hope you're all getting out and enjoying those trails regardless. Into the news now, way too much to say about the new SRAM T-Type GX group set. For all the info on that, there's a GMBN tech video with Doddy, there's a card going in right now. Starting off, as always, with some race results. Loic Bruni and Marie Cabarrou have pieced it together this year to take home the win at the French Nationals. So they'll be wearing those French sleeves from now on. That men's field top 10 looking remarkably like a World Cup with a number of big names in there. Elsewhere in France, the Mega Avalanche was underway. We had Blake and GCN's Hank out there, so keep an eye out for a video on the channel about that sometime soon. Hugo Pigeon took the win with a time just under 40 minutes. Orbea Optimization Labs' Damien Otton had a very busy weekend, winning the e-bike race and then coming second in the pro race the very next day. Belgian Olivier Brouwer landed himself third. Czech rider Barbara Volter won the women's race with a time of 55 minutes. Alba Wunderlin second, and Continental Nukeproof downhill team rider Veronica Widman claimed third. A couple of new products now. Hunt Wheels have launched their latest wheel set in their proven lineup, the Carbon Race XC UD, weighing in at just 1,254 grams per pair. Elite XC racer Isla Short was helping them develop these before her move to Ghost Factory earlier this year. They feature a 2-degree engagement hub, front and rear specific carbon layups, and taper lock UD carbon spokes, which reportedly make the wheel set super responsive due to their stiffness. Crank Brothers have released the Click HV mini floor pump, lightweight body, high volume airflow, and a fold-out foothold. Nice one this to stash in the car or have in the bike bag for a trip. Now, if you're looking for accommodation and guiding in some of the top resorts across Europe, then you'll be keen to know that MTB Beds has rebranded to Atlas Ride Co, as it joins forces alongside the already existing Atlas Ski Co. Still enthusiast owned, so you want to go skiing, it's all operated by skiers. If you want to go biking, you'll be dealing with the people who know what you're going to want. So make sure you look up Atlas Ride Co from now on. Alright, as I mentioned, I was out for a hell of a long pedal at the weekend at 75 kilometers on the Mega, linking up all the sites across the Forest of Dean. Took some undergrowth to the face, but the worst thing about it was the heat rash I got across my chest and my shoulders from an old, sweaty jersey. Essentially, I wasn't wearing a short-sleeve GMBN jersey. That's right, I'm sneaking in your shop shout-out now, as something tells me Martyn is going to forget later on. Get your summer GMBN jerseys in. Too many designs to shake a stick at. There's some shorts right now over on shop.gmbn.com. We really appreciate it. It directly supports us bringing this daily content for you free right here on YouTube. Let's catch up with Toff for the sickest thing of the week.
Right, this week's sickest thing has to be this new video from Dylan Stark called Stark for Rampage. It's a video submission to hopefully secure him an invite to this year's Red Bull Rampage. Obviously the riding's sick, but if you're trying to get into Rampage, who better to vouch for you than the godfather himself, Wade Simmons, and the OG Josh Bender. And how do you do that? Well, Dylan just goes and hits their massive step down from New World Disorder 3. 2002 they hit this. First Bender tried to send it, just like died on it like 2 times, and then Wade landed it, so forever Wade's gap. And he sent the most massivest tuck no-hander down it. Apparently he went a bit slower than the first time, but the wind come up behind him and just made him go so deep. It just makes it way sicker, doesn't it? So huge. Anyway, what do you think? Do you reckon he deserves a spot at Rampage? Right, that's my sickest thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Toff. We're back with hacks and bodges. Neil, this is going to give you nightmares.
I mean, it seems, I've looked through it, Martyn. I guess there's a time and a place for a big bodge.
This is Rich's fault, by the way. He asked for a zip tie special. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got a few zip ties in hacks and bodges this week that are
I see.
scary.
I've seen the big one. We're
Yeah.
starting off, I didn't realise we've got a few of them. Yes.
Yeah,
We've got Joe and his Canyon Spectral in Fort Collins, Colorado even. Snapped a spoke and needed a quick fix. He bent the spokes over.
I mean, he's actually done a pretty good job there.
And then,
if that works,
sort of swizzled the zip tie round and done it.
I'd have probably, with that bodge, I'd have seen how long I could get away with that. I'd have like kept riding it, because I just sort of feel like that's a fun bodge.
I mean, the alternative is just to get rid of the spoke, because one spoke don't make much difference, but then you've got to take the tyre off and the tube off or whatever.
I like how he's created the tension with the zip tie though. It's very
it's
clever.
that work, I guess it does.
So that's let's go back to a more normal kind of use of the zip tie to get us all back in the kind of like we could all play this game.
Yeah.
This one's from Peter. He's got an Orbea and he's basically just zip tied a broken bottle cage on. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the traditional use for a zip tie, I think.
Zip ties always feel like a bodge. Even I've just built a pump track bike. And it's got
I was going to say pump track. I was like,
yeah.
what, zip ties?
but
amazing.
it's got externally routed cables, which is great.
Yeah.
But even zip tying them on to the bits they sit on, it feels like a bit of a bodge.
Yeah, I guess they do. It always seems like they're just so quick and expedient to do it.
This one looks painful. The shoe and the sticks.
Yeah. Now this one isn't zip ties, but it's in the same kind of vein. It's basically
it's
like
Flintstone bodge. This one.
Stefan has got his Flintstone action out. His boa has broken on his shoe.
Stage 6 of the BC bike race this year. Just happened. It only just finished.
Stuffed the sticks in to get the tension in his shoe.
Oh, amazing!
It looks like he's done a splint for his foot. It looks like he's broke his foot or something.
I'm jealous because I saw it was really hot this year, but I want to go back. I did one day of that race, amazing race.
Next up, we've got Gabe. He's on a Kona Blast. He's in San Antonio, Texas. And this is it. If ever a zip tie was a neat bodge, this is it.
It's going to flex, that is.
Yeah, but you can't see it. It sort of kind of, it melts into the background.
Save the day, as he says, because you know that is definitely some of those droppers need to quite a hefty push.
I mean that's some strong zip tie you got right there.
Oh, this is your classic zip tie bodge, broken brake lever.
Perfectly ugly, really ugly. It's got a nice sharp bit on top to cut your thumb. Yeah. Love it.
Have you ever cut your leg on a zip tie?
Oh God,
they're really sharp, aren't they?
Really sharp, really sharp. Yeah. Matt's obviously done the same to giggle his head off. And then last up, we've got Jovan. I think it's like Jovan or Johan. I'm not sure how you say it. Is he on a Ghost Kato? And he is in North Macedonia, but it's zip tie-esque because basically he's used a strap to, I guess the derailleur hanger is broken, although we know that's now not actually, a problem anymore. Well, because Shimano fixed derailleur hangers.
SRAM, in fact.
SRAM, sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing because you're not going to be able to ride that bike, are you? Really?
No. Well, you could roll home. You could roll home at least without the chain getting caught up. So Neil, that's a difficult pot of zip tie and zip tie-esque bodges. You've got to pick a winner. I'm going to give a race top, GMBN race top. Bit like this one, won't be this one, but it will be a GMBN race top because I basically keep my race tops here. So
do we go with the classic bodge or the ingenious?
It's up to you, Neil. It's up to you. You're the expert. See, you're the expert. So you've got to pick.
I think we go with Joe and his ingenious broken spoke bodge.
Broken spoke. Joe, congratulations. Right, talking about zip tie bodges, our very own Tom, News Tom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who butts in on the show. Don't know if you've ever seen him do that before.
Corner studio. Hey guys, stump mugs this week. Right,
I can have a go.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I get it.
That didn't rain.
Like stuff. Oh God, these things are indestructible.
All right. Jeez.
He told me about this amazing hack actually fixing a frame with zip ties. Look at this.
Doesn't sound impossible.
It was in Innsbruck, 2019. No, he was there, and his mate rode down the trail, 45 minutes of riding, with a zip tied up frame.
And sticks, extra bonus stick.
Unreal.
How do you break a seat stem frame? I don't know. Matt, how do you break a seat stem frame?
Well, this is not my right to go.
Ride fast. Ride fast, apparently.
Was it fast?
Or rough.
Was it fast? Yeah, or rough, yeah. So that's a good one from Tom, but Tom's involved. He can't win. Sorry, Tom. Right, let's get on to the caption contest. Last week's photo is Anna having a great time.
Going berserk.
I wonder who she is spraying, but we've got some good...
Ripper 05X, Anna trying to keep away the desperate middle-aged men. Is that what he's talking about? After hosting her first and last GMBN group ride.
I feel like Ripper's got a bit of a crush on Anna from that. I'm reading into it. Next one is from the Spanner Chimp. It says, Anna trying to keep those pesky GCN bugs at bay with the hydro shot. Oh, bit of GCN shade there. Like it.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Mark C. Oz says, Anna finally finds a solution to Blake's cheese grips. Do you remember cheese grips?
No one's ever forgot the cheese grips after Blake found the cheese in his bars a year later.
And that video is probably 4 years old now.
Yeah, give us a like if you remember the cheese grips. I guess the cheese grips. It's nostalgia, isn't it? We're talking about something old that we thought was cool. Cheese grips wins. Marcus wins.
Oh, yeah.
On its way.
Oh, look out.
Oh, it's going for his shin. Nearly got it.
Definitely.
Congratulations. Right, this week's caption contest photo looks like this. There you go. Give us a caption for that and you could win yourself one of these lovely mugs.
Nope.
on cue, kind of, next week. So give us a caption for that in the comments down below. Remember, the comments is there for you to get involved in the show, and we all read them afterwards and really get a bit of a buzz off it.
Even the rude ones.
Yes. So remember, you're getting your caption down there, but also telling us about your nostalgia bikes and that GT Zaskar. Okay, let's look at some things we like this week. Okay, some things we like this week. A new group set, Neil.
From SRAM.
A budget group set.
That's what
I say. A budget. How much is it, Matt?
£1,100.
£1,100. There you go for our budget conversation last week. This is budget. The new GX SRAM group set.
Transmission. So basically, it's what they brought out. Actually, I'm surprised this has come so quick because the XX and XO versions were not so long ago.
Yeah, but this is 500 quid cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's a budget bike cheaper.
I think this is going to sell a lot. People are going to like this.
I tell you what, it looks nice.
Dolly's done a video. It's actually updated as well, so they've kind of moved the battery position from the other previous ones as well. So
maybe even better. So it's nice to see a new group set, bit of talk, and apparently you can stand on this one, so buy it and stand on it.
I've not seen people standing on it yet, but yes, that's what
I
the craze
said
was.
People was standing
the
on
craze when the last
the
one
original
came out.
one was to stand on.
I'm sure you
wasn't it?
can.
That's what it was for.
Moving on to Seth Stevens, this
brilliant.
goes better than I thought it was going to at one point. He stoppy down the fire escape.
Such a good idea.
Hard, because obviously once the thing starts dropping.
Yeah, Seth Stevens, right. He's someone you should follow on Instagram because he is doing some really cool stuff. He's riding recumbents. He rides all sorts of different bikes, but he's just got a really great attitude that he wants to make stuff that people are going to really enjoy watching. That's a great example of it.
Yeah.
I wish he'd pulled that off because I don't know if he has on another video, but I just saw that pop up and loved it.
Yeah,
what about this? We've all done this, Neil. Look at poor old Luca Schwarzbauer coming in.
I haven't done it for a while, scooted like that.
Oh, you remember how pumped your leg gets?
Snap your chain.
Oh, do you ever used to go to school like scooting, sat on your seat, scooting along with your feet, like an old-fashioned horse bike? No? No, I never.
But my
did that.
son
I
who's
think
got a
it's
bounce
stupid.
bike does.
Huh?
My son who's 3 does.
Yeah.
And finally, this is a good video from Shimano. It's called Building Better Humans. Friend of the show, Andy McKenna.
Yes.
It does actually feature themes around mental health, suicide and loss, bereavement, but it's much more humorous than you would imagine. So
Yes.
I would
It definitely will be with Andy involved.
Yeah,
yes.
I would urge you to check it out.
Yeah, that'll be pretty uplifting, I would have thought. So check it out. Some great things we've looked at and enjoyed this week. But let's have a look at what's coming up on GMBN this week. We have got an absolutely stacked week this week, actually.
Sunday is one I'm looking forward to. So Blake and Hank from GCM went to race in Mega Avalanche. Hank is keen for a challenge, but I kind of warned him, like, this is different to anything you've done before, I would say. Mega Avalanche is intimidating, it's scary, it's gnarly, it's fast, it's rocky, it's dangerous. How did they get on? Find out this weekend, and I've seen some of it. It looks like it's going to be an amazing video.
Yeah, it will be brilliant. Hank and Blake together, that's gold. And
Yeah,
that is gold. And I tell you what, Hank, I rode some trials with Hank the other day. His blind confidence is unbelievable.
He's got good on a mountain bike. Surprised me. He actually, well, you'll see in the video.
You got to watch.
Yeah,
really fun. Talking about hacks this week, zip ties hacks. We've got a hacks special with Doddy this weekend.
Nice.
So that's a really cool video, and Doddy on GMBN, always great. Always great. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And some women's riding from Bentonville later in the week.
Exactly, loads of fun stuff. Some cross-country upgrades as well coming on Monday.
Yeah, don't miss out, but make sure you watch that Hank video coming up on the weekend. Should we do a bike vault, Neil?
Yes,
Should we do it? There we go, there's the old bell there for a super nice if we can find one. First bike this week from Nico, a Dartmoor Hornet.
Hardtail.
Nice looking little hardtail, isn't it?
Magura 4. Got the
Sturdy.
SRAM GX Axis, the one before the one that's just come out. It's a nice looking bike, that.
It's all right, isn't it? It's got all the gear, dropper.
Is that an SQ Lab saddle? Kind of long. But good looking bike.
I like that bike. It's handsome. It's
Nice.
handsome. Nice. I thought we'd go more there.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Who put this in here? That is Slabbing's bike. That is an NS Bikes Eccentric Chromo in southern Colorado with an Ego e-bike kit, 3,400 watt electric motor, powder coated chromo steel frame, Hope Tech components. That is, you used to have one of those motors, didn't you? It's like a throttle
Yeah, I
version.
rode that motor on my bike on Fort William.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's the battery in the middle of the frame.
Yeah.
Throttle, whiz along, bomb along, no doubt. That'll go really
Quick.
fast.
That'd be fast. That'd be fast.
I'm not sure I love it. Not sure.
It's nice. It's a bicycle, and they're nice.
Is it though?
It's
Is
nice.
it?
It's nice. Yeah, I guess that's the one we could debate on that one. It's nice. Next up,
Wow, the Giga, Nukeproof Giga, 290
they're
com.
pretty, aren't they?
Spoiler alert, I just got a new one of these. You
Giga's
got the new
like-
frame sent, and I've
Giga's
built
one of
it
my
up.
favourite bikes. At the
I
moment.
love it. It is fancy, and actually that build video comes to the channel the week after next, I believe. And I've only ridden it once. I'm going to ride it tomorrow.
Well, let's just celebrate that.
Yeah.
Edwards Giga, super nice. Definitely. Next up, we have got
look at that.
Andre's Yeti Arc Turk Black.
I don't understand what it is. It looks like a fat bike, but not like a fat bike.
I think it's what would have been a plus, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Arc Turk Black, 2020 medium, 9.8 kilograms, pretty light. Raw frame, NV mountain carbon fork, NV 35mm carbon wheels, Onza porcupine tyres.
It's what I would call a weapon. It looks like an
It's got
absolute weapon.
carbon everything.
Yeah.
It's got titanium bolts,
But it ain't a smooth ride, Neil.
ceramic speed bearings, no expense spared, I would say.
It's an incredible rigid mountain bike or a pretty gravel bike. It's whichever one you want. I'd say it's super nice.
Oh, it's fancy, I like it. I like someone who goes all in when it comes to spending money.
You wait till you see the next one. Oh my God. This
Whoa,
is
it's
Duncan's Orange Patriot.
Yeah, that is. How old do you think that is?
Don't know.
Do you remember like the Animal Orange team from the UK in the 90s?
Oh, they were good.
They were.
They were good.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old this bike is. You can never tell.
They had some rad riders.
Did they? I almost got signed to that team. I think I've told the story before, and they didn't. They
Yeah.
went for someone else instead. I was
Yeah.
gutted.
Yeah, they found a really good rider.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, good rider. This one is in the old Martini colours, isn't it? The Martini Porsche colours.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
No, golf.
Golf, sorry.
It's even got the golf sticker on it. It's
Sorry.
a giveaway.
Sorry. The what are the Martini
That
colours?
was blue and white.
No, white, wasn't it?
Yeah.
White,
White and red
then
and
them
blue stripes.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
sorry. I got my retro mixed up. I was trying to be so cool. God damn it.
It looks like nowadays the head angle looks quite steep, I would say. But I'm sure that actually works really well. So try
It's super nice. Yes, come on, Neil, it is. Next is Lee's Orbea Rallon 2017. I can't imagine why he didn't get signed by Orange. The Bolton in Manchester. What do you think of this one, Neil?
Is 6 years old.
Yeah.
And that looks way different to modern Rallon.
Yeah,
but I think it actually looks pretty
The
good.
Orbeas have come a long way, that's what I'd say.
I like the colour of it. Do you know that kind of shiny blue? It looks immaculate. Fully rebuilt 2017 bike.
You know
Custom
when-
paint. There
You
you
know
go.
when the
That's why.
you know when the comments on a photo go a bit like, I like the wall behind it. That's not a good start.
I quite like it, but it does look a bit dated now.
The floor's nice.
I think it's nice.
It's nice. Next bike.
Oh, hang on. We're double giga in, but this is a good looking giga. This is a green giga.
This is my fault. I'll put this in because it just looked like it looks like a Doddy build.
Fox 38 Cashmere mate. Got
Yeah.
Cashmere fork mate. Industry 9 hubs with DT Swiss
Who's this
wheels.
Neil we've got this week?
One up post, PNW loam lever. Calvin and Hobbs leading the way. Oh, there's a sticker on the fork. Didn't get that for a second. It's great. I mean, I've got to give it that super nice.
You're well into that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, that's Neil. Really excited right there. You see the difference? It's very subtle, but it is there. Look, there's a
Yeah.
smile and everything.
It's not as nice as my giga. I'll give you that, but it is nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
there's the old Neil confidence coming back. That's what I like. Some great bikes in the Bike Vault this week. It's one of the ways you can really get involved in the show because probably we've all got a bike. So send it in to the Bike Vault. GMBN Upload it is in the description down below if you can't find it. And we can give your bike a nice or a super nice. It means nothing, and you probably get a different result on another day because we are random as it comes. But it's a bit of fun. So send us your bike. Neil, I guess that's it for this week. It feels like it went really quick this week. I was enjoying myself.
Good show. Yeah, let us
Yeah,
know what you
fun.
think about the retro bikes. If they should stay in the past or you like these newer versions.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a like and a subscribe and all that jazz because we're on YouTube after all. And we will see you next week.